Hey guys, welcome back. So this week's project is going to be starting to get the base of the garden area ready. Now, as everything is ever changing here on Bog Life, what we're going to be doing is going back to our first idea, and that is we're going to be putting down pea gravel around the inside of the garden bed. So we're going to be ordering that this week and getting that delivered. So we have to finish prepping everything because the deer have wreaked havoc on the actual weed barrier in the garden bed area. Now, because we're going to be getting pea gravel, we have another area right over here. We're going to have to remove all of the stone and the wood from this area, as well as transplant some of the chives to a different area so we can put pea gravel through this whole area. So it's going to take a couple days for us to get all of this done, so let's get started. So over here we used to have an evergreen that took up this whole area and spilled out well over into the gravel area. And what ended up happening is we left us with a very little path to get downstairs. So we had that where we removed that, and now we are replacing it with an Amber Jubilee 9 bark. We have one of these in the front, and we stumbled upon this at Flea Farm. They were having a discount sale and it was about 50% off. We ended up getting it for $15. Now, what we're going to end up doing is a trail around it as a border. We're going to use our chives and just create a border around the outside of the 9 bark. Now, that's what we're going to be looking at. Putting all the chives along this side. I ended up dividing a lot of the big ones and I'm clumping a lot of them together. So what it will have is a continual wall that'll go, or edging that'll go the entire length of the side here. And eventually it'll fully fill in, so it'll all be interconnected, so it won't be any gaps. But that'll take a couple of years. Now the nice thing about this is once it starts flowering, we have the availability to use those flowers, and we have a recipe that we want to try out this year, where we're going to take the flowers and actually put it into a white wine vinegar and make it like a chive vinegar. So I'm going to get these in the ground, and hopefully once I put some biotone starter in it, we can maybe get another flowering out of them this year and then make our vinegar. So let's get started on this. Chives are going to fill this area out, and over the years we will be able to thin them out and move them around. If any die, we can split these like I did this back section here. This was all one section. This is all one plant back here. Now the rest of it, the 9 bark will fill out and get to be about 4 to 6 feet wide and 5 to 7 feet tall. So it'll fill out this area really nicely. So we're going to call it for today, and then tomorrow our next project will be tackling this. We got to move the sod out of the center, kill off all the grass or cut it back, and then replace a lot of the weed fabric that the deer have all torn up. All these stones and bricks were underneath the decking. I have some broken ones here and scattered throughout. This is our apple tree that we cut down, and the rest of our rubber pavers. We've kind of organized everything together and cleaned out underneath. The last thing we're gonna have to do is get all the leaves out, which we'll throw into the compost, level it out, and prepare it for getting the gravel. We'll put down a weed barrier just to make sure that nothing grows underneath. And we got a monkey. And lastly, we did get some cherries, but the deer got to them all. Well, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.